Alright everybody, welcome back to another session of the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay Gutter Blades. This is session 6. This will be with North, Doc, and Darren. Unfortunately, Rev couldn't make tonight, and Chris will normally be playing with us. He's had a rough schedule of work, so he had to drop, but we will maintain the character as an NPC until his untimely death. Just as a heads up for everybody watching, probably going to do another 2, maybe 3 sessions at most after this one. Try to wrap this one up, put a good bow on it, with North potentially taking over from there, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go into session 6. So just to sort of paraphrase what happened after the last session, for Darren, I don't know if Darren was here. Essentially, trial happened. This individual, Wilfried Steinberger, was Chris's character, gave some good testimony to help get you guys off, and everybody got off. It's more or less a slap on the wrist, just having to pay a little bit of reparations as far as a percentage of the goods that were taken from the town that was destroyed. After which, this priest of Sigmar, which not so much bullied as just sort of slid his way into your group, sort of his own intentions. It was decided to head to the graveyard where you had encountered the undead that were there. Name was Sambor von Ruthric. He was a noble who was risen as a wight. They had not been able to leave the cemetery to the necromancer. When you went there, the undead were all gone, but there were looters there already. And a fight ensued, and this was Rudiger and Heinrich were not present for this fight. It was Lando, Wilfried, Marguerite, and Marguerite's guard here, Tybalt, as well as I don't know who I'm missing.
Lando?
Lando, thank you.
Yeah, he was there a little bit.
But yeah, so they were fairly outnumbered, but they were able to pull it off. Some severe wounds to Lando and Wilfried, but they recovered quickly. And in mechanical terms, that's just me hand-waving wounds. I'd like us to go forward.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody's wounds will be back to full after that. We'll say you had a good day to recover. There was some healing done, some patchwork stuff done, and you were taken care of. So now it has been about a day and a half since that happened, and people who were wounded are just coming downstairs. I'll share a handout to everybody. It was a tough fight at the graveyard, but the loot was worth it, and the company members injured in the fight sit pretty for a day recovering. It's a boring day for the most part, though a bit anxious as guards come to and fro at the usually slow hours. Some worry retribution from Van Helheim is imminent, but no violence comes to pass. However, as Lando comes downstairs after recovering in his room, he spies a slim figure at the bar with a red cloak, and a giant with a hammer at her side. The rest of you might have been just downstairs drinking, conversing, and whatnot.
Well, things seem to have returned to normal. Marguerite has a new boy.
New?
Oh, is he not new?
Not really.
No, he's got an updated portrait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this one here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been with us since, main session since we went to the town. The Dirksburg.
He just got a haircut, so I didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
So, Lando walks downstairs and he sees the woman at the bar with the large man, and he just kind of stops in his tracks. He stops in his tracks and he just can't take his eyes off of them. It isn't sure what to do. He looks around the room to see where the rest of the group is, and he looks back at the pair at the bar to see if they notice him.
So they don't see you right away, but Gothard does, and he sees you coming downstairs and waves and starts waving you over.
So I start walking towards Gothard, putting my hands up to his hands, like, put your down. Just stop making a scene. And I kind of tuck myself into the furthest corner of whatever corner we're sitting in, and try and be as low profile as possible while watching the pair at the bar.
And Gothard just looks at you, like, sort of raises an eyebrow and then shakes his head. And it seems to be talking to the big man with the hammer, and that guy is massive. Like, he's at least a head taller than the biggest man you've ever seen. Bald head. He's got a huge, like, blacksmith type hammer on his back. It's almost ridiculous how big the hammer is. And he looks back at you. He's very pale. Looks very tired.
What of his hammer compared to, let's say, Wilfried's Great Maul?
It's
so. Give a reference, like an idea.
So it's as far as like the length of the hammer and everything, it's about the same. Like it seems built the same, but as far as the end where the actual hammer part is, one part of it is spiked, and the other part it's just huge, like surface area as far as how it does not look like a traditional blacksmithing tool. It definitely looks like it's been made specifically for combat. It's very much more a warhammer than just a Great Maul.
Okay.
Lady troubles, Lando?
It's something from my past. It's not something I was expecting to see here.
Is it going to be something in our future?
Well, it's definitely in our present, sitting right over there at the bar.
Speaking of past and present, I think we should talk about our future. I, for one, can't wait to get out of this city. I feel like I have to look behind my back every minute, and I'm tiring, so...
Yeah, the city's left it mouth too.
Where is it that you folks would like to go next?
Somewhere else.
As you guys are sitting there talking, Gothard, Marguerite!
Yes?
Since Lando doesn't want to meet these customers, how about you come over here and have a talk with them?
She looks up like, apologies, I'll be back. And then she walks, and Tybalt begins following her immediately, and she doesn't sit down next to him, but she leans kind of to the pillar that's near the seating table, the seating area, and she looks at him and is like, the bartender appears to think that you need to talk. Is this correct?
And Hans looks at you and nods, and then looks over at the lady, and she sort of pulls back her hood a bit and looks at you, and she's pretty. I mean, you find her pretty attractive as a woman, even. I don't know how Marguerite feels about that sort of thing, but she's very attractive, very well taken care of woman. Looks to be noble. And she smiles at you and says, "Yes, we would like your assistance if you'd be willing to lend it, and I'd be happy to pay."
We don't lend our services to anyone. It's not a trust. It's upfront or paid afterwards. But if there's money, then we are here to talk.
Okay, Lando has no idea what's going on and why Marguerite is even over there talking to those people.
Neither does she.
He gets up, he just pushes his chair away, and he walks over there. And he addresses the woman in the red cloak. Why have you been following me?
And she just sort of smiles coyly. Because I've been seeking the service of your company, Mr. Stahl.
You could have asked at any time. Why leave secret messages and follow me in the dark?
I wasn't sure if you were still set to kill me at some point. Maybe you were playing the long game.
If I had intended to kill you, you'd be dead. I chose not to kill you. That was a long time ago. Why do you seek me out now?
Because you chose not to kill me, and for that I believe that you are a worthwhile traveling companion and a good man. And I have need of a mercenary company. You happen to have one.
What is it you're after? What do you want?
Well, how much do you know about me, Lando?
I know nothing about you. I was told to be on those docks that night and to put an arrow through your chest. I chose not to. They knew the deal. No, you obviously are a woman. There was a price put on my head for not killing you. So I ran.
During all this, Marguerite starts looking back to Lando and the woman, and she's like, and she walks back to the group to Heinrich and sits down and starts eating and drinking again.
Are we looking at a job or a...
Honestly, I can never tell with Lando. I feel like to him it's the same thing. But probably a job. Hopefully, at least.
And she sips her wine. Well, Lando, my name is Mercilla. And I would have you know that the men who put that price on your head, well, they shouldn't be bothering you anymore.
Are you trying to tell me that you've taken care of that?
It's not wise to leave one's enemies left unmolested. They made an attempt on my life, even if you didn't pull the trigger. I took care of them.
Well, then it looks like...
Indeed. But my question still stands. If you would be looking for a job, I would be happy to give you one.
What job do you need done?
Are you familiar with the lineage of the von Guthrenbergs?
The von Guthenbergs? No, fuck no, von Guthenbergs.
She smiles. Goodness, very crass. But it has a certain charm to it. Regardless, I am one of the descendants of the von Guthenbergs. They ruled in western Sylvania for a time. A small keep, Guthenbergstein, to the northeast of here. Has not been reclaimed in some time.
Can everyone in the inn hear her, or is this like a really silent talk?
This is not necessarily a silent talk, but it is conversational. It's not something she's not screaming over.
I was gonna ask if my character knows who the von Guthenbergs are.
You can roll perception to see if you hear it.
Okay.
Why don't you join us at our table?
Claire, we have good ears.
So you heard it. Now you would roll, I suppose, common knowledge, unless you have a better skill for this. That's like lineages or something.
Empire?
Yeah, common knowledge empire.
Never heard of him.
And she looks at Hans, and Hans looks a bit concerned about it. He's like shaking his head, but she's like, and she shrugs, and very well.
Oh,
I would be happy to. Oh, okay, I'll go ahead and send you a quick whisper.
okay.
You know,
Of course, Marguerite would know it.
If you got a Van from your name, I probably know who you are.
I probably don't like them. The Von in front of their name.
So while I'm like, I look over to Heinrich and I say, Heinrich, if you had to choose any city or any civilized city to work and live in for a while, where would you want to go?
Honestly, I haven't been out of Kemperbad much. So
How about this?
I had thought I'd always like to see the capital. Now I've been had that dream.
How about this? Would you rather be somewhere in the high hills, the dark forests, or the rolling plains? Or do you like hot, cold, rainy, or dry? Because we have to leave, and I prefer to go somewhere where we are more comfortable.
Well, hills sound like a lot of walking up and down to me, so maybe flat plains sounds good.
Do you like hot or cold?
I prefer.
Well, there's the city of Nuln to the south. I've heard that it's quite temperate and beautiful, but it will be quite a walk.
Is that our choice?
Well, I mean, that's my suggestion, but of course we'll have to speak to the captain. He always has final say.
Well,
Whatever good that does
you'll
us.
get no argument out of me either way. I'm rather ignorant of the geography, I'm afraid.
Just follow the river to the south and you'll hit Nuln. It's near where the, I remember Father talking stories of tiny people who live in the south, but of course they're probably just stories.
And so, Marcilla and Hans both walk over, and Hans is just standing next to the table, arms sort of folded, and just sort of surveying everybody, hasn't really said anything. And Marcilla sits down.
He's not too close, is he?
He's got a decent enough space, but he's close to his charge. He's close to Marcilla.
Yeah, but he's not looming right over us, is he?
He's a big man, so some of you might be in his shadow.
That's okay. I just don't want him in my personal space.
No, he's on the other side of the table, it looks like.
Alright, that's no problem.
But he is sort of looking everybody up and down, not with any particular emotion on his face. It's sort of a dead stare at everybody. Blank.
So, this is my company. Go on with your job offer. You were saying?
And she bows respectfully to everybody who's there, maybe to everyone's surprise. And good evening. I am Marcilla
Marguerite returns.
Goldberg. And yes, of course, the job. Well, there is an old estate that has been left in disrepair for quite some time that belonged to my family many years ago. It's Guthenbergstein. It's a small town and a decent-sized keep, but it has been abandoned for many, many years, and I seek to go reclaim my birthright. I would ask that you accompany me on the journey, just in case we are set upon by any vagabonds or brigands. Hans is capable, but he is only one man.
You can hire any sellsword to do that. What do you need a cutthroat band of no-gooders like us for?
Goodness, you're not really selling yourself, are you?
It's not one of his skills, I'm afraid.
Are you expecting to be jumped, my lady? He kind of makes a wry little smile as he asks.
Well, you tell me, good sir. Were you a bandit in the woods, hungry and wanting for gold and other desires? Do I not seem the perfect target?
And what is your plan? I mean, we're not a company like the War Dogs, so is the Guthenbergstein occupied, and how are you going to hold it afterwards? Because I'm afraid that I don't take well to the weather of Sylvania. I quite like the sun, you see.
Sylvania.
Western Sylvania still gets its fair bit of sun. It's the further east you go that you have to begin to worry.
Still, though, fair bit compared to, oh, I don't know, the beautiful valley that is Aquitaine. I think I know which one I'd pick.
True, but I would not be paying you much to go to Aquitaine. And she smiles.
So what's your plan? Do we storm the castle and save the damsel in distress? Of course, the castle itself.
And she laughs. Oh no, no such thing. The castle, as far as I understand it, has been occupied. I merely look for a bodyguard on the way there.
And
Then
so
then how are you
when
going?
we arrive, we are to be paid and depart immediately. Is that the plan?
Of course, unless you wish to be hired into my employ, but a band of mercenaries, I doubt you wish to stay in one place for too long.
What kind of pay are we talking here?
250 gold crowns. And she says it without batting an eyelash, as if it means nothing to her.
When shall we be off?
Tomorrow morning. Early tomorrow morning.
We shall escort you to your keep, and then we will depart. We'll get you there safely. You don't need to worry.
When you say that, Marguerite says, Lando, and you hear the tone, the same tone, kind of tone that you heard last time. Actually, no, the last time you heard that tone was when she slapped you in the market, and she's like doing a come over here look with her eyes.
Oh,
Not like that.
okay.
Lando looks at Marguerite scornfully. You be quiet, witch. We're taking this.
I'll just say to Marguerite, the captain appears to be smitten.
I know, and that is why I am fearful of this job. There's too many unknowns, and the price for a simple bodyguard?
No, clearly,
I don't trust this.
the lady clearly expects trouble and is not telling us something.
Mm-hmm. And it's nothing good comes out of that place.
Are you guys whispering, or?
I'm whispering. I'm whispering.
I was saying it rather quietly. I'm not trying.
Yeah, I think they're having a
I'm
little
like
side conversation.
Hearing.
Okay.
I'm definite side conversation. Yeah.
Alright, I just wanted to be sure, because
Mhm.
I wanted to be sure about the conversational tone.
Very well, milady. You be here in the morning, and we'll escort you off to...
And she nods, and let's see if she... Oh, no, she does not. Okay. Alright.
I guess not.
So, good. I expect several days of travel, and we'll have certain stops that we'll have to make on the way. But I will outline that in the morning with you before we depart. And she...
Very,
Oh, go ahead.
very well. In the morning it is, then.
And she nods to all of you. I hope that you all have a good eve. And stands up, and Hans sort of escorts her upstairs.
Mm-hmm. Heinrich pulls his handkerchief out of his pocket and asks the captain if he'll later tonight.
It's very crass of you, old man. But no, thank you.
If we
I have
absolutely,
my own.
If we have to absolutely
going
take
to
this
ask for it
job,
back.
Yes, Marguerite.
oh, okay, so we're good. If we absolutely have to take, then I suggest we try to fill our numbers. I mean, I'd rather have some time to vet the new recruits, but we are low on manpower, and she's obviously expecting more trouble than she's letting on for 250 gold.
Did she even ask how many men we can field?
No, she didn't.
She looked you guys over. Most of, if not all of you, were there.
Yeah, but like,
But she did not
I-
ask. No.
I don't believe she has the experience to properly estimate the true danger. So I suggest we find some people to fill out the ranks so that we aren't stretched thin.
We're escorting her. You don't even know the true danger. We don't even know if there is danger. We're simply escorting her to her keep and turning around.
Do we have your word as a gentleman, Captain, that once we arrive that we're done with the whole affair? We'll accept our pay and leave?
We are absolutely done with the whole affair. I never want to see this woman again. I didn't want to see her this time. I didn't want to walk down those stairs tonight and see her sitting at that bar.
Taking this job, if I may.
This job is worth 250 gold.
And,
It's not something that we can pass up.
oh, it is something that we can definitely pass up on.
Well, Marguerite, if you'd like to pass up and give us your share, you may stay here.
Heinrich looks at her as if he take him up on that.
I will go, but let it be known, Lando, that I'm truly worried about you. You're making decisions in ways that you haven't before. Are you sure that this girl isn't affecting you in any way?
Affecting me in any way? I don't know what you even mean by that.
Oh, come now. The man of a mind is not so...
Yeah, gold. That's what's affecting my mind. 250 gold coins for simply escorting someone down the road.
To Western Sylvania, to a castle that is unoccupied, and she does the air quotes. By the way, the von Guthenbergs were known to have conspired with von Carstein, a vampire. Yeah, I mean, it's basically screaming conspiracy and danger.
That's why we're getting paid 250 gold, I presume.
I'd rather take 5 easy jobs that pay 50 than risk everything on basically a blind task. But you are stalwart in this, then I will join you.
Then finish your dinner and go to bed. I'm tired of hearing you speak.
And fuck you too.
Oh. Heinrich just merrily starts eating his dinner again.
You know, when we were fighting those robbers, Tybalt managed to outshoot you. So I don't know where you have this pride. I think you should put it away. It's unbecoming of you. And as she does that, she turns and she walks up the stairs. Tybalt following her.
Heinrich belches.
I don't think Tybalt is much longer for this world.
Whoa!
How's that, Captain?
Oh, I'm just mumbling to myself.
Tybalt sort of furrows his brow, looks at Lando, and looks at Marguerite, and it's like,
No. They were going up the stairs already.
No, I said we were on our way to the stairs.
They did not hear that.
Okay. Roll perception.
So we finish our dinner here, and I guess we're gonna wait till morning.
Sure.
Heinrich will clean his gun tonight. And then go to sleep.
Alright, so night passes rather uneventfully. A couple gutter blades maybe get into a bit of a drunken wrestling match with each other, but nothing really exciting. And in the morning, very early morning, in fact, before the sun comes up, you are off. So I have mapped out the path you'll be taking from. This is something that was preferred. So this will be from Altdorf,
Walk.
Grunberg,
Half the damn continent.
and as far as the stops are concerned, the first stop is going to be in Kemperbad.
Oh dear.
We could be on our way to Nome, enjoying the sun, but no.
And how long is traveling to that stop?
Traveling to from Altdorf all the way, or just each stop?
From Altdorf to Kemperbad, it took.
So from Altdorf to Grunberg took, I believe, 3 days? My timing's bad. Let's see. Getting from Altdorf to Kemperbad will take about a week on foot.
Oh, we're going on foot?
Well, she's going to be in a cart. You're going to be on foot. She's going to be in a sort of stagecoach type deal. She's fancy. Yeah, she's got, so in addition to your company, there is Hans, of course, who is her, as best as you can assume, her guard. And there's also a coachman that looks a bit gangly, an older man, kind of missing an eye. The other eye's cockeyed, but I don't have a good picture for him, so you'll just have to imagine.
Okay. Okay.
And so you are traveling along the road, and this is another opportunity for RP.
And we've been traveling for how long now?
So you're coming up on, you're about here, I would say. It's been a couple of days on off of travel. You pass through
Bit of a
Grunberg
cart.
stop.
How big and fancy of a cart are we talking here?
It is illustrious. It is a beautiful looking cart. It's not super gilded or anything, but everything is fine craftsmanship on it. The drapes are drawn back so that you cannot see inside. So your understanding is that it is just her. It has only been her walking in and out of the.
So you can't see inside of it or anything?
No.
I talked to her.
No.
Okay.
She hasn't invited anyone in at this time. It's just been days of travel. So how you came into how you understand like the map and how this was relayed to you. Hans essentially walked over to you in the morning, Lando, when you were awake. You heard a bang on the door. He woke you up and he just gave you a map with that. It was just drawn on a map. He didn't say a word.
Okay. So since it's basically going at a walking pace, essentially a walking pace, because I'm guessing we're just walking alongside, in front of, and around it.
Yep.
Just as an on-foot escort to make sure nothing happens. Lando is gonna take someone else with him, one of the other the swordsmen, and kind of go 100 yards up ahead of ahead of everyone on the trail, just to make sure that there aren't any surprises. So he's basically always going to be kind of staying 100 yards ahead of the wagon, scoping out the trail ahead before the wagon gets there.
All right.
And Heinrich just walks kind of broodingly along. Quiet, irritable.
Marguerite is surprisingly taking this really well. You know, she's walking, talking to Tybalt, smoking from her pipe, but she is a merchant, so she is used to walking long distances.
All right, and so after a small time, the wagons are called to a stop. Did I not put that on loop? It is on loop. Good. After a short time, around that area, the wagons are called to a stop, and some of the gutter blades are trying to get your attention, Lando, from the back, and trying to wave you over from the front.
Oh, now what? He turns around and starts walking back towards the wagon.
And the Mercury Wizard, Captain, you want me to stay up here?
Yeah, stay up here. Keep an eye out. I'll be back.
Righto.
So I make my way back there.
So you head back, and you see Hans sort of standing there waiting for you, and he looks at you. And it's the first time that he's spoken to you at all. The lady wishes to speak with you.
Now.
Ooh, what an honor, Heinrich says.
Ooh la la.
Mumbles under his breath.
We road ahead of us. I need to be out here if I'm here to protect her properly. I can't be in there flapping my jaw. Does she really need to speak to me now?
She stated that she did. I do not know her intent.
Well, can we keep moving? If I get in.
I do not see why not.
Very well. Who sees him getting in the cart?
Anybody who'd be looking. He's not. I don't assume Lando's trying to sneak into the cart.
Marguerite
whispering.
Marguerite walks up to Heinrich and says, "Oh, what do you honestly think that's all about?"
I frankly don't give a shite.
The dumber that he is, the more of us die. That's how it usually goes, and sadly, he's about as sharp as a stack of rocks.
You'll get no argument out of me on that.
Alright,
someone better watch the front. So Heinrich just heads off to take Lando's place at the front.
Alright, I'll be right back. My mouse just died. I need to replace the batteries real quick. Alright, be less than 5.
If anyone needs to use the restroom or get water or refreshments or anything, adult beverages, now would be a good time.
Adult beverages.
Yep. So you know what? You guys got to get professional. You get a piss and shit bucket. Put it right next to your chair.
Or just do a Cartman and get your mom to come down with the bed.
Oh yeah. Have you actually seen? There was I remember seeing a commercial. There's a lazy boy with an already built-in toilet, like into it. Oh my God.
Laziest boy.
Amazing. Yeah. Does it come with piss bottles as well? So you can just
Only in
throw
America.
off the side and... God. America's becoming everything the French think we are. Oh.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Here, let me show you. I'm going to post it in Discord, the actual picture of it.
Are you promoting this item to the chat?
Maybe. Yeah, there it is.
He
In all its
invested
glory.
in- That's got to be fake.
Yeah, there's no way. You're kidding me.
It's cute,
Oh my
but
god.
I don't believe it's real.
I don't either. No way. No way. I wouldn't be surprised if some really rich dude had something like that. It was like custom made, but I don't believe that's a floor model. No way. No way. Hey, tell me
Would you like
though.
to try it out? Yeah.
Tell me that you I promise you, somebody who's super rich has something like that in their house. We have
Yeah.
toilets that.
No,
walk
it is.
on our
It's
ass. I promise there's a
it's
seat.
called. It's made by a company called Toilet Saver. The toilet seat looks like a guitar or like a dragon face. It's like really weird toilets.
All right, that's all very interesting, but actually, no, it's not.
All right. So,
Sorry, but we don't have a lot to talk about. We're not able to have sex in the cart.
Yeah.
All right,
sounds
so
like Marguerite's
I want-
envious. Go ahead.
I want-
Lando.
I want any conversation between us to be whispered so that they can't hear it.
Well, you're inside of a cart. I mean, unless they're gonna walk up there and press their ear to it as they're walking along.
Maybe.
But
No, that's what I'm saying. Be whispered, GM whispered between you and me.
ah,
Oh.
oh,
No, you don't have to do that.
some stuff I might. It's a good idea. Some stuff I might. So yeah, Landy, you get into the cart and she's
You.
the what am I looking for? The stagecoach. So she's sort of sitting in there, and she's like on the driver's side bench that's there. And when you get inside, it's as fancy as it gets. You've been in some royal and lovely places, but the stagecoach can put some smaller noble houses to shame. It's very well furnished and everything. This is very particular fine craftsmanship, everything.
You requested me, milady.
Of course, and she motions over to the other bench across from her. And closes
I
the door
take a
behind
seat across from her.
And then she knocks twice on the wall behind her, and you feel the coach start to move again. And she's sitting there with a glass of what looks to be red wine in one hand, and she's just sort of swirling it around. I apologize for my snooping. I suppose I should have just been upfront.
Well, snooping doesn't make you look very trustworthy.
Neither does attempted murder. And she takes a drink of her wine and smiles at you.
But I didn't murder you.
You're still thinking about it. I'm glad your conscience kicked in at the last moment.
My conscience is just... It's just my job. Those are the ramifications of my job. Those are my job. I told them. They didn't listen. They sent me anyway. This was more their fault than anyone else.
Still, I imagine that would have been quite the big payout if you had shot me.
I could have purchased land and retired with that payout.
Well, with this payout, you still might be able to, Mr. Stahl.
Well, that's the only reason we're here. To get you safely to where you need to go.
I think there's more to it than that.
I'm not following you. What else is there? You offered a fair amount of coin to simply escort you to where you need to go. That's why we're here. Reason we're here. Am I curious about you? Of course. I've wondered what happened to you after that night. Where you went, I've wondered who you were and why those people wanted you dead. But that's all past now. I simply make my way day by day, earning coin where I can, feeding my men, trying to save something for a future. Although, for types like us, futures usually aren't very long. I just want to spend it somewhere where I can be happy. So I've put you out of my mind. Now, what is it you need? Did you want to talk to me about something?
I wanted to talk to you about your future, as a matter of fact.
And what about...
And she sort of peeks out a bit outside of the drapes and but quickly draws it back so that it's very dark in the coach. Like, it's not like pitch black or anything, but it's very shady and there's not much light coming in at all. And she says, "Well, if I can be completely honest, Lando, this life is unbecoming of a man of your caliber."
It's the only life I know, and lucky for you it is. Otherwise, they may have hired someone else who would have followed through with that contract and killed you on that dock that night.
And she smirks and says, "Doubtful."
What is it you're offering?
She drinks from her wine and... "I did offer you the 250 gold crowns, and if you decide that you don't wish to stay, then of course you're welcome to take that and leave, but I'm offering a great deal more, Lando. I need capable people around me to rebuild my home. And you... there's something about you that is intriguing. Not only just your ability, but just you. I believe you're one of those capable men that I hear about.
Are you offering me a job?
I'm offering you a future. I'm offering you land. I might even be offering you titles. And there is so much more that I can offer you." And she's smiling at you, and she drinks from the wine, maintaining eye contact, and then she looks at the wine and says, "Oh, how inconsiderate. Did you want some?"
No, I don't want anything to drink. I need to stay sharp if we're going to do this job properly.
Of course. But I don't expect you to make any decisions now. Not knowing the full breadth of what I'm offering. She knocks on the back wall, and the coach stops. "That's all I wish to discuss for now. Think on what I said."
I'll consider your offer. I'll think about it, and I'll let you know one way or the other by mission's end.
And she nods, and "I do hope you will decide to stay. It's very lonely there at Guthenburg." She takes a drink, and Hans opens the door, and you see him standing out there just waiting for you to leave.
I start to walk down the steps, and I get towards the bottom, 1 foot on the ground, holding on to the carriage, and I just look back. And if I had all this to do over again, I still wouldn't take that shot, milady. I'll talk to you at mission's end. And he gets out and shuts the door. All right. He rushes up. All right, Heinrich, thank you. You can head back to the cart now.
Heinrich says, "It's all right, I know this land well."
Well, very well. You can stay up here with me. I'd rather have you up here than that jabberjaw of a wench that trails along.
Well, it sounds like you're in the mood for a quiet walk, and it suits me just fine.
And that's what you'll get with me, a quiet walk.
Alright, so as you guys are walking along here, you guys are the first up front ahead to see this bridge. It's just a regular old stone bridge over a sort of smallish river going by. It's fairly unremarkable. But go ahead and both of you roll perception.
Is this bridge normally watched or guarded?
No.
Would I know? No.
This is
Alright.
this is a it's you imagine it probably should be because you know the area well. This is like a bridge that leads into Kemperbat. It's not one that's right outside or anything, but it crosses the river right before Kemperbat, which is still down the road a ways. It probably should be guarded, but it is not.
Any bonuses for my familiarity with the territory?
Yeah, throw a plus 20 in there for perception. You've been around this place many times.
Didn't even need it.
Alright, so I'm gonna whisper you something, Heinrich.
All right. Heinrich kind of slows his pace a little bit and kind of subtly nudges the captain and just says, "This doesn't look right up ahead at the bridge."
What is it? What do you see?
Well, there should be someone guarding it, and if you listen, there's no wildlife.
Rush back. Wagon stop. Send Marguerite and the rest of the blades up here.
All right.
Keep the coach back with their man.
And I'll say, watch the trees beyond. I thought I saw something in there. And is this a straight road here, or is it curving around? What I want to know is if I walk briefly, is the road a little out of sight that I can then kind of run without being seen from further down? Or
There's
will
a
it be
little bit of a
obvious if I...
right here.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if that...
And I would kind of sort of casually make my way back, and then when I get a little out of sight, then I'll rush back to the rest of the train. And Heinrich will say, "Look lively, lads. Maybe trouble ahead."
So you hear the blades rasping out of scabbards and everything, and Hans sort of steps over and he's like just almost right on top of you, and he's, "What do you mean, trouble?"
I'm not sure yet, but there's something amiss ahead. Watch your lady. How many? Let's see. So we've got. I'll give Hans one bowman and one footman,
Sure.
and I'll say the rest of you to the front. Captain wants us up there.
So the bowman and the footman stay back.
And I'll say to Hans, if there's any trouble, of course, just shout. We're within hearing distance. We'll come back.
And he nods, and he, before you go, is there a bridge ahead?
There is.
Does the construction seem sturdy?
Sturdy enough. It's it's held up for many years.
How fast is the water paced beneath it?
How fast is the water? It looks like it's got a little fall.
You would call it
Not
it's
too.
fairly quick. I mean, it's not like a rapid,
Yeah.
but it's fairly quick.
I'd say it's fast enough. I wouldn't want to risk trying to this thing. If he points to the wagon, if that's what you have in mind.
All right. He turns around and just walks away.
Heinrich kind of files that away. All right. So I assume everyone else is moving up, so Heinrich will rush up after them.
No.
No?
No. I'm doing my job. It's an escort mission after all, so I'll stay back here and escort. You can tell Lando to go fuck himself.
Heinrich notices Marguerite staying back and doesn't say anything.
All right.
What's the trouble, Captain?
I don't know, but it looks like something's off.
Has Lando seen in time?
You could do another perception check, Lando. Alright. One moment. And Marguerite, why don't you go ahead and do one as well since you're back there?
Okay.
And Tybalt can if you have control of his sheet. Both of you can.
I do.
Marguerite, while you're in the back there, you see Tybalt get his bow out quickly, and he starts scanning the ground over here through the trees.
Yeah. What's wrong, Tybalt?
I hear
All right, Lando hushes. Hush. Hush, man.
I'll eat
Listen.
in a minute, Marguerite. And yeah, anybody who's up front there listening, you all hear creaking noises coming from ahead. It's just like, let me go ahead and change the music, because it should be dead silent. So it is this deathly silent, you hear creaking ahead. The only thing that there is the sound of the running water.
Creaking, you say?
Yes.
What does that mean? Like a cart?
Like
Makes-
wood or?
So imagine like bones rubbing together, I guess.
Uh,
And you hear steel being drawn very slowly.
All right, Heinrich will prepare to take aim at whatever he sees, if he sees anything at some point.
Right, and
Is-
Lando's going to start slowly with his longbow drawn, making his way. Is this an arched bridge, or is it a
It's an
flat
arched
bridge?
one.
He's going to start making his way up slowly until he can see over the arch.
So as you look over the arch, you see a rather, probably too old-looking gentleman standing there. In fact, he has no skin.
Very old gentleman.
He's standing there with sword in hand and shield in the other, staring at you with this unnatural blue light and where his eyes used to be.
Has he spotted us?
Yes, he's
Oh.
looking right at you. And in fact, as you're standing there, he's abandon all hope.
And Lando just yells, "It's undead! It's undead! Quickly!"
I'll say, did he tell us to abandon all hope?
That is what you heard. Meanwhile,
It's the undead. They always say, "Abandon all hope."
in the
That
backside,
assumes we had any to begin with.
in the backside here, where Margarita is, Tybalt is sort of backing away. Lady Marguerite, in the woods, shapes, 4 legs, big, looked like a wolf, but I don't know.
Well, god damn it.
Oh, you don't hear this, Landis is in the back.
I knew that this was a bad idea, but no one listens to me.
And as you say that, you hear a howl break out on the cliff behind you. And it is a very tattered and rough-looking wolf.
Hear
son.
that, I assume, right? Up front,
Yes.
you hear the howl.
Oh, yeah, you all hear the howl.
All right, I'll start rushing back that direction.
Well, let's all roll initiative.
Oh,
Get the gosh darn token.
yeah, me too. I'll do it
I-
again.
Sorry.
I clicked my token this time.
How big is the wolf? Like, is it normal size or?
No. No, it's not. It's pretty
No,
Is it-
no, it's not.
I'm seeing that only takes up 1 square. Like what we're talking here, like
Um,
elephant or bear or
We're
what?
talking closer to bear. Not quite bear size, but it's big.
Okay.
It's a big wolf.
Lion-sized.
Probably, if not a little bigger than that. We're talking, imagine dire wolf, right?
So nothing Marguerite can't handle. Okay, we're good.
I admire your confidence.
Dude, she has been the biggest badass of all of you, so shut up.
Even I fucked up.
Merchant to the rescue.
Man.
Wait, is there anyone in the cart with the Marilla? Or is she all alone?
Only Lando would know. So,
Because I think that our job is to escort her. So I think that there should be someone at least in there.
she wouldn't allow anybody in.
Well, that's
And I'm sure her manservant will rush to her aid.
Oh yeah, he's back there ready to go.
Oh, he's right there next to
yeah,
him.
he's
Yeah.
ready to go. I have to roll for him actually. So.
Where did Marguerite end up on the...
Quite far back. Bowman.
Tybalt got a I think
57, I see.
And then lastly, Hans.
Did you do Wilfried?
Oh, I'm gonna take. Wilfred's gonna go on same order as Gutter Blades, both he and Rev.
Now, does he have any special tooth undead, or is he just like a normal Sigmar priest?
Just your standard. He's not that high up yet. He's your standard Sigmarite priest, which is to say he's nuts. And then I just have to get all these sheets open to have fun with. Here we go. Excellent.
You still need Tibble to me. We're not on the order because I forgot to click tokens.
What was yours and what was his? You said he wrote a 50 something.
Mine 2 and Tibble's was 57.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, Tibble is a badass. Basically a better version of Lando.
Alright, so then in that case, he would go first.
So he's gonna aim and shoot at the wolf. Like as soon as he sees it, he because he already has his bow and he was looking around, and he does kind of like that military 180 step, and then aims and fires.
Do it.
Yep. Damn. Damn.
Flying past the wolf's head, and it snarls. It starts looking like it's gonna lunge down in a moment. Goddamn, Hans were really good. He's standing next to the cart. He's gonna take one step out here and go into a parry stance. He's got his hammer ready. He doesn't look concerned at all. He's just standing there. Just why am I here? Lando.
Lando is going to move as a full action, correct?
You can do half moves and stuff.
As long as you don't run.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Lando's going to take a half action to move.
And the maps are. It is set up how it should be.
So the only thing that we can see, only enemy we can see is the wolf, right?
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can see this guy over
You
here.
can. Marguerite can. You guys up front can see that guy.
And then I'm going to aim and fire at him.
Are you able to aim as free?
Well, I get 2 half actions, right?
Yeah, so shooting would be a half action, and so would aiming. So you moved, and then you're gonna aim and shoot. That's
No.
free, yeah.
Wait, so
3 halves do not equal 1 man.
Yeah. So yeah, when you do a move,
Okay, yeah.
when you do a move, it's a half,
yeah.
and then shooting would be a half as well.
So I will move and shoot.
Okay. Go ahead. Nice. Roll your damage off your longbow.
Okay. And I get +1 damage for mighty shot.
Alright.
So I pull my bow back. And it's -1 to armor. If he has any.
So for a result of 35, it hits his body. So he's gonna see an arrow stick out of his chest and crack a couple ribs. He's still starting to trundle towards you.
Okay, so I ignore 2 armor.
2?
Yeah,
only got
because the longbow is armor piercing, plus I have sure shot, which is also ignore one armor.
nice. Yeah, so he's only got one. He's just got toughness.
Okay.
It cracks a couple ribs, but he still starts to trundle towards you. Marguerite.
Okay. So how big of a incline and of a hill is in front of me?
Pretty big.
So I couldn't like run up it or anything.
You would have to roll. Is there like an athletics thing for this?
You would be at a big disadvantage fighting on a slope
Yeah,
like
you
that.
have trouble. It's not crazy.
Does
but
does the defensive stance provide anything to
So defensive stance, so that allows you to parry. So
Oh, because I can already
so
automatically
you got a
parry,
free
so.
parry already, so I guess it would give you 2 in that case, unless I'm wrong. I'm gonna have to bring the thing up. I believe that.
Okay, because I remember there was that mutant that could attack like 12 times a turn.
Yeah, that was a special thing. It had what was it, lightning attack? So. But even then, if you parry one, I think you can parry the whole thing according to what the rules are.
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't want to take too much time on this. We'll just say that it would give you an extra parry if you went defensive stance.
So basically, Marguerite is just going to move, and then be on guard, I guess. There you go. So is that a bush or a tree, like right here?
Oh, so Nord, something you could do for an advanced action, defensive stance. If you went into a defensive stance, not a parry stance, since you've got a free parry anyway.
Yeah.
Defensive stance makes it to where all melee attacks suffer a -20 weapon skill penalty.
I'll do that then. So I'll just wait for the wolf to pounce.
Okay. Gutterblade Bowman. Any orders for these guys, Lando? Because otherwise, this guy in the back is just going to shoot at that wolf.
Shoot the wolf.
Yeah,
So the guy in the back is going to shoot at the wolf.
I think they're probably both going to shoot at the wolf. That's like their closest threat,
Let's do it.
both of them.
2 aimed shots coming at you.
Good job.
Not so good. So a couple arrows fly out at this wolf that's on this cliff, but he's been notoriously difficult to hit. One does hit him, and it connects, but it gets sort of caught in the paw, and the wolf doesn't even seem to register this with a shot. Gutterblade Mercs.
So I yell out to the one right behind me, "You, on me!" to bring him up to my side. Yep, right there's fine, yeah. "You, back there with the cart, protect our charge!"
Step here. These guys are just going to take up sort of defensive stances.
Yeah, I'll just when they come by the bridge, I'll just say to him, hold the bridge.
Steinberger and Rouge are sort of spread out, weapons at the ready, and all starting to do moves and parry stances. Heinrich.
Do I have a clear shot on the wolf from here?
I'd say so. It's elevated. Let's see. That's well within range. So it's elevated
Okay.
above everybody. So yeah.
Then I will take aim and shoot with my arquebus. Oh my god.
Oh.
A near miss.
He's a dodgy wolf.
Maybe the shot wasn't as clear as I had thought.
Skeleton. So as you hit this skeleton, Lando, you see the bushes all around the edge of the river start to rumble and shake, and he is not the only skeleton that's here.
I yelled back, "We have more up front!"
So they begin to trundle their way forward. And that one jumps down into the water and starts to shift his way across, and is followed closely by his compatriot. And this one that you shot, something stirs, and you see his eyes sort of light up brighter, and he starts sort of running even on janky legs. Jumps into the water on this side to work his way across. Alright. So I'm gonna give both of you guys up there into perception checks now.
Who?
Both of you guys up front, Heinrich and Lando. Both do perception. That's tough. So you're preoccupied with the skeletons bearing down you and the wolf behind you. You hear the whistle of arrows coming from the front. They're gonna get a bonus for you being unprepared, being taken by surprise by the arrows.
Can they see me with the arched bridge like that? No, maybe they can't from that angle.
So one's going to each of you, and then one in the gutter blade that's in the middle there next to Heinrich. So this is the one.
I guess the bridge did get in the way.
Gutter blade. Oh boy.
I don't like the way this is looking.
Yeah.
Lando.
Don't worry, if things get too bad, I'll just steal a horse and run away.
That's if you make it.
Yeah, we are.
So
Now she reveals her real reason for staying back near the cart.
Yeah.
You got me.
So
One for me and one for Dibble. It's perfect.
ooh, this could be dirty. Alright, so this wolf's gonna have to roll some dice to do it, but alright. So this wolf looks like it's gonna try to pounce down on top of you and do a charge. So it could screw this up and hurt itself pretty bad, but that's what happens.
I got the bonus from the defensive
Oh,
stance.
yeah.
Oh,
So this wolf goes running and try to dive off, but it sort of slips at the top and rolls down to the ground in front of you. Takes damage from the fall.
That arrow to the foot.
Yeah.
Blew
Maybe
it off.
the foot hit him right as he was pouncing.
Yeah, it's gonna be damage irrespective of toughness. It rolls to the ground and sort of stands up and looks at you. And
Snarls.
from the other side,
Oh.
oh, Shazbot.
there is some sounds of rushing feet. And Hans is charged full bore by one of these rather large wolves.
He was ready for it.
He's gonna. And these beasts get 2 attacks on the charge.
Is there any such thing as a opportunity or like a delayed attack? Like he went first and was ready.
So he was setting a defensive stance, so that would be a minus.
Okay.
I didn't apply it to their rolls. It's minus 20. No, he was in a parry, wasn't he? Yes, he was. He's in a parry, so he would get to try to parry that one and hit him. Hans gets rushed, sort of. The wolf tries to snarl at him and bite him. He's going to bat his claws away with the pommel of his hammer. And then the next one, let's see. Rudiger's evens, so he's going to charge the merc, try to tear him up.
Jesus Christ.
So out from behind you hear one of your men scream as a huge wolf jumps at him and starts tearing into his arm, tearing huge pieces of flesh off of the forearm. Tybalt.
What about our priest guy?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I need to move.
he didn't move.
Yeah, they moved. They go on. Him and them go on the same thing as the Gutter Blade mercs. They all sort of fanned out, defensive stances and things like that.
Mm.
The priest charged that.
When his turn comes back up, yeah. So they're going on the same.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He moved.
So Tybalt.
Is it Tybalt? Okay. Tybalt's going to reload and shoot at the wolf harassing Marguerite.
Alright, it's shooting into a melee, so it's going to be minus 20. Go ahead.
Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second here. Can Tybalt see the skeletons or no?
They're a fair bit away. I mean, it's a little bit obstructed because of all the people walking around in front, but he can take a shot. That'd probably be a better shot than...
So this one right here, can you see?
Sure.
So he's gonna reload and shoot that one.
Go for it.
It doesn't matter anyway.
Hans is going to all-out attack. This wolf. And the wolf cannot do anything.
Oh yeah, they can't parry, huh?
They didn't try to. They can't parry with natural weapons. Doesn't have dodge either.
It can howl.
It can howl at. Yeah, it can get mad.
Oh.
Okay. So, if anyone could see that, Hans essentially smashes this thing in the right side and just tears into it. You hear a sickening crunch. Anybody in the back near the cart, and as this wolf is knocked onto its side and then bludgeoned to death by Hans, and he's not yelling anything. It's just all business. Stone face as he beats this thing into a pulp. Jesus Christ, what a roll!
He just took a dire wolf out with a stick.
It's a big man, Lando.
How far can I move in a run?
It should say on your sheet. think it's if your move is 4, it
yeah,
should be
that's
like
right.
12 or something, or maybe more than that even.
Yeah, it says in the combat, where it says combat, it should say right there, run.
That's,
So it's where you roll your initiative.
yeah, a run is 12.
So you can, and these are up to scale, so it would be 6, 8, 10. So you could get all the way back in front of the cart if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can run next to Marguerite and try to help her.
You don't need help.
Okay. So,
It's only a dire wolf. I mean, Hans kill one
Right.
in one swing. How scary could it be?
I yell at the gutter blade next to me, "Stay on me! Follow me!" And right there.
Okay. Marge.
Alright, I'm gonna do an aim attack on the wolf.
Do it.
Yes!
Damage.
Booyah.
You stab this thing through the side of its torso, and sort of tearing it up and ribbons. You see some stitching come undone and some disgusting foul guts fall out of this thing's
But
belly.
there's a... I noticed that there's stitching.
Yes.
Okay, so, okay.
Yeah, there's like stitching and stuff along the body of it, and a bunch of just really foul-smelling guts and bones come rattling out.
So, they look kind of like Frankenstein.
You don't know. I mean, they are pretty
Yeah.
patchwork. Like, there are pieces of them, to describe this thing to you, there are pieces of them hanging off and decay, and I mean, that's...
They're more decayed and undead.
Yes. Like, their heads look fairly normal. It's just the majority of the body. You see, like, there's bones jutting out and pieces missing and patches of fur and like stitching and stuff like that. You hit some stitching on this thing that you might not notice right off, but it sort of buckles and a bunch of contents come pouring out. And it starts dragging along the ground, but it doesn't even seem to react to it. It's still coming at you. Bowman. We'll say that this gentleman has an angle.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't he?
Oh!
Nice.
He's kind of shaking and fumbling, putting his arrow in the notch and pulls it back.
And it knocks the leg clean off Marguerite, and the creature tumbles to the ground in front of you, and you can dispatch it however you wish.
Marguerite turns towards him and says, "Don't you ever steal my kill again." No, she's a bit, battle mode.
He's sort of fumbling around, shaking. It's a bit busy to be worrying about such things now. And he's sort of like reaching for his arrows, shivering. And then the other one. This looks good.
Oh, dear.
It did look good.
Smacked himself in the face with his bow.
His bowstring breaks.
What?
Yeah,
At
I mean, it's
100?
natural. 100.
That is horrific.
Oh my god.
If that happened to Heinrich, his gun would blow up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Heinrich's gun would blow up in his face and he'd probably die. So, bowstring snaps. And he drops
It's
the
like
bow.
most 100 I've seen rolled tonight already.
There's 2 of them, yeah.
Good, we got him out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Because that's how odds work. Yeah.
Alright, so Gutterblade Mercs. Well, anyone in specific? Oh, so that guy's gonna follow you, as you said.
That guy's gonna follow and stay on my.
Arse.
Heinrich
Wilfried's not gonna follow, he's gonna go forward here.
sees Lando and the other one pulling back. Heinrich's just going to say to the other guy, fall back.
Alright, so you can, wherever you want.
We're not going to hold this bridge alone, so... Well, I'll just point him back to the hill where Lando is.
So move back that way.
Say fall back.
And this other one's gonna move in for his boy. Swing.
Is that a gang bonus?
Sure is.
Sweet.
Didn't help him. And then the other
Dang
one's
it.
gonna attack and defend himself afterwards.
Heinrich, take the war. You.
So, yeah.
Yeah, now it's Rudy's turn. Probably gonna miss though.
Oh my god.
Even without
one.
I think it's
Oh
just
my, that's
it's ingrained into his code.
absurd.
Holy shit.
Heinrich.
How fast do these things seem to be moving?
Well, the one who went into the river over here was booking it. Like, he was moving as fast as the regular man who was running. You don't really know why.
And do they have to take just across the water, or is it not moving that fast?
They're not good. So it's gonna take them longer because it is difficult terrain to move through. So they're not gonna be. It'll probably take them another turn of walking to get onto the side of the. Whereas if they're moving normal, they'd be on the side of on the other side, on your side of the bridge and more. They're just gonna be able to get out of the water onto land next turn.
Alright, so it just counts as difficult terrain.
Yeah, it would.
So
takes a
Okay.
move.
If I make a normal move of 4, am I able to progress on reloading my arquebus or not?
Yeah, because that would be a half action, then you would take your full action to reload.
No, so you could take a half action to reload if you have a half action. You would just still have to. I don't know how long it takes for you to reload the
Well,
gun. But
his
Well, I have the rapid reload.
so it would be a half action.
Well, the guns are supposed to be 2 to reload.
so it would be a full
So it's
instead.
one then.
So what you could do is you could move and then spend a half turn reloading, as well. So you still have to spend a half turn to finish reloading, because it takes a full turn of reload. But you could move and half reload.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So that would be 1 unit move of 4 units, and I will actually strike that. I'm just gonna do my full, get all the way back to the top of the hill there. Have a better view of everything. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just rushing back.
You see what I'm putting down here? Elevated position.
Skellies. These two are just gonna move up. That's all they can do.
Oh no, the priest.
Got it. Probably.
I think I would like to stay here and fight them.
You hear sort of a raspy screech come from the bridge, and this skeleton goes barreling towards the bowman that's still exposed here. But that is his whole move to get there. It's not a charge. Archers. From the elevated spot, I bet you can see a few skeletons with bows walking through taking some rapid shots, some unaimed shots toward you guys. So this one's taking a shot at the Gutter Blade Merc on the side. And the other ones are going to go out towards the mercenaries that are ahead of you. This Merc got hit. Let's see how bad it is. As you guys are heading back, moving backwards, you hear somebody behind you. You see one of your Mercs, an arrow goes straight through his midsection. Shite!
Nameless Gutterblade will save you.
Alright, and the wolf's in a bad spot actually, but
You will have died in vain.
root is yours 3 to 4. So it's gonna be the merc up top that takes the all-out wrath of this beast.
But it's one attack now, correct?
Yeah, it's gonna all out it though.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Oh. He moved and attacked. He did not have a parry. Let's eat that one. Tears into his left arm, kind of chunks, much like the other Gutter Blade. Back to Tybalt.
Tybalt's going to reload and shoot at this skeleton. The one with the glowing eyes.
Well, they all have glowing eyes, but go ahead.
Dang it!
Are you sure he's as good as Lando? Hans.
He has his moments.
Hans is going to rush up to meet the skeleton, seeing that he's dealt with the wolf here. That's all he can do is move up there. Lando.
Lando is going to move and fire. He's going to do a regular move of 4. That takes him right here. So he's in an elevated position now. From that elevated position, he is going to fire down on this one right here.
Go for it.
In an elevated position, I could have moved one more square if that would put me in an elevated
No,
position.
you are.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That ridge is all. Whenever you get past the initial area here, that's all.
So does the elevated position cancel out the melee? Shooting into melee?
I would
Is
say
it essentially just
just
a normal
I
shot?
would say it is, yeah. Because that is kind of a tough angle. So yeah, it would. Hey.
Finally.
Roll damage. That's the second time he's hit.
I don't know what he means by finally.
He's trying to bring you down. Drinking the haterade.
Well, +1, so that's an 8, -2 to armor.
Okay. And that would have been another body hit in it. So you see this skeleton running up to try to womp on this poor bowman who's going for his, he's struggling to go out for his sword because his bow snapped, the string snapped. and you plug this go sort of like in that area between the traps, and you see a good portion of his body start to break away in the back and front, around where the bones are.
Can we just crumple?
It staggers him a bit, and he has to stop.
Marguerite is going to charge the skeleton attacking the bowman.
Sure.
Charge is plus 10, right?
10. You won't get the bonus from the bone because he doesn't even have a weapon out right now, and he's
Yeah,
he's,
but
he's not interested in this fight.
So just a 10 from the charge?
When I move that.
Marguerite can ride my coattails.
Better watch your mouth, because one-on-one, Marguerite might kick your ass.
So you knock away you actually knock his lower jaw off with your stabs. Sort of shish kebab his jaw, and it comes off on the end of your rapier before you shake it off.
What a rush. Get it? The pun?
Alright, Bowman. So yeah, Bowman up here definitely gonna disengage. Wants nothing to do
You
with
coward!
that. Many thanks for handling that, milady! Tips his leather cap and backs away.
Tybalt, you better make that man trip and eat shit.
And then the other Bowman,
He was polite about it.
he's gonna try to take a shot there at the one of the ones rushing Steinberger. It's not a bad angle. Doesn't matter. Mercs. They're all gonna try to womp that aimed attacks. Nope. Alright, how about Rudiger, maybe?
Can't count on him either.
Maybe he's got to roll pretty bad. Hey, there it is.
A miracle. A line is shown on Rudiger.
Oh, nice.
Ouch. 15.
Rudiger with his flail, mighty flail, so just dashes this thing's whole right side off, right arm, right leg, and just they all just hack it down, screaming curses at it. Steinberger. Swing with his maul at the one in front of him. Nope. Yeah, he's gonna go into very serious. And whatever you'd like these two mercs in front of you to do.
Seems like Marguerite's in trouble. Or not trouble, but...
Yeah, no, I'm not in trouble.
This one right here. Tell him to move back and stay with Heinrich and me. You rush into Marguerite's side.
Oh, come on, no.
Charge!
Glory Stealer. Marguerite is, like, glaring him daggers right now. You little fuck.
He runs up and gets a good clean swipe through the arm, and Biden sort of breaks it down. This guy was already in pieces, gets through the spine, just hacks it right in half and falls to the ground.
Good job, my man.
Heinrich.
Alright. Heinrich is he was going to reload, but he's going to pull out his pistol instead with his quick draw. And to try to help, what's his name down here at the
Steinberger.
Priest.
Steinberg. He doesn't care.
No, Wilfrey, right?
It's
Is that
the,
his name?
the bloody priest. So, I'll take an aim shot at one of the skeletons down there. With the height, you're saying, negating the melee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I get the aim. Oh my god.
Bollocks.
Alright.
Blasts and hits the water behind. Skeleton on Hans. Hans gets to eat that one. He did not parry. Skeleton's rolling fat. It's 5. I see a rather nasty cut across Hans's leg, but just, as always, handles it as stoically as ever. Wilfried is going to take 2 swings on him. They're aimed as well. He gets to try to parry that one. He does. No, it's his dagger. Well, let's see what it would have mattered. Probably not with 23. No. He's not using his dagger. We'll take it. And the other goes. This is archers. Same targets. They're all going to shoot it. Gutter blades, but they're going to aim this time. Oh, that's the gutter blade bowman shoot. Damn it, I'm fucking up. This is sheets. Going good. Okay, so there's one. Going left to right. Ooh, that could be rough. Nope. Pass. A couple arrows come in, just glancing blows, and the gutter blades sort of like nip the sides of their leather jerkins they're wearing, but don't actually embed and give any real damage. Wolves are all dead. It's clear that day. Tibble.
Tybalt is going to move up. And he is going to get into a defensive stance.
How far of a move was that for Tibble? Just to make sure. 'Cause these are
Oh.
2 squares per.
Yeah, that's too far.
There one.
Nope.
So he does full move then, I guess.
Okay. I'm just gonna move him so I can get rid of that skeleton underneath him.
No, he's standing on it, man. Oh.
He can still be there. Alright. Hans. Misses, but he's gonna set up for parry. Stall.
Alright, so I'm going to aim and fire at this skeleton bowman all the way in the back.
Go for it. Plus 30 height advantage plus the aim.
Winces' eyes, gets them tighter, sees him rushing around back there, then looses his bow.
Close
Roll
one.
damage.
Seven minus 2 armor.
So your arrow flies through and actually clips the side, goes through one of the eye sockets, and blows out a good portion of the skull, but it just sort of staggers around, shakes its head, and then looks up at you. The one good eye socket it still has.
There's plenty more where that came from.
And just sort of looks across the river and Marguerite.
Going to charge the skeleton attacking Hans.
Do it.
You'll get the gang up bonus. So 20.
Good. You chip away a fair portion of the knee on its right leg. It staggers a bit, but still swings the blade around. Bowman. I guess he doesn't have to move to take that shot anyway. They're both going to shoot at the one.
No, the second bowman's bow's broken.
What's that?
The second bowman's bow's broken, right?
Oh, that's right. So he's gonna
Ran away like a coward.
getting his sword out, but he's not really going anywhere. He's not a fan. Not without being explicitly told to do so.
Probably gonna.
So the one in back is gonna take a shot at one of the skeletons fighting Wolfried. A good shot, one would say. Knocks off some chunks of the arm. Gutter blades. All trying to stack on the skeleton. Bruiser won't get to attack, but he gets to move. Wolfried. Buried. And then let's go ahead and do the attack on the skeleton. Okay, help bonus. Does hit. Does nothing. Alright. And then this last one's gonna move into help. Wolfried. Attack the one that just got shot. On charge. That'll be the end of that skeleton. So cleaves to that guy's a murder machine. Good at killing stuff.
He might get a name after this.
Good at killing stuff that's already dead. Pretty good. Heinrich.
Just reloading my arquebus.
Right.
And
What was that, Heinrich?
I just said I reloaded, that's it.
I thought you already did. You already spent half a turn
No, he ran
reloading.
back.
No, he ran.
Oh,
I
okay,
changed
full run.
mine. And then I pulled out my pistol and shot, so.
Alright, skeletons. Alright, Marguerite, pick a number between 1 and 4.
2.
It's gonna hit Hans.
I mean 3. There's no aggro or taunting in this game, right? Like,
You
there's
could
no
roll like
skills
an
for that.
intimidate or whatever it is. You don't
Yeah.
have a skill for that. You could do that.
Can I? Or I don't have skill in that,
You
so.
have to do it on your turn. Hans has to try to parry that. Fails. Let's see if it's that one.
Oh no.
Nothing. And this looks like, Marguerite, this looks like a pretty solid cut across Hans's leg, but he carries even less above this one. Like both his legs are bleeding pretty badly, but he's not seem to mind.
There's
Odd attack from the skeleton on Wolfried. That could be nasty. Oh, parry.
Well, that's good. All we need is a crazier priest.
These archers are starting to back up a bit, you see. They're still firing shots, but they're not moving forward anymore. And the one on the right is actually going to try to shoot you at a penalty, Lando, for shooting it.
For hitting him.
Yeah, it's gonna. So these are the ones going from left to right. This one's shooting at. Oh, Marguerite, evens or odds?
evens.
Okay, well, I would have missed anyway. I would have rolled to see if that's gonna hit. And now this one's gonna be fired at minus 20 penalty because you're pretty far away and obscured.
What's the range? Like, how's that work in this game? Like, what's the range for a bow?
Well within what we're doing here.
Okay.
Because it's like, I mean, somebody who's got bow stats, let me see.
Yeah, my bow long range is 60. I'm assuming these are all in that we've been working in. So 30 is short range. So that guy right there is 24. He's still in short range. So that means there's no penalty.
Oh my god.
So once they get into long range, there's a penalty. So that's why he took a penalty, because he's using a regular bow. So I'm long range for him, but he's in short range for me.
Was that a shot at Lando?
It was, give me a minute.
On a 10, huh? Bullshit.
Just wait for that 12 damage.
I know. Jesus Christ.
What's your armor? Do you have like leather or what?
My armor is leather, yeah.
Okay.
I have a skull cap. So 4.
One.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So would anyone mind if after the fight I got the gutter blade who ran away like a coward?
What do you mean, got him?
Got him.
Gut him?
Yeah, you ran away like a coward.
Because his bow broke.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because he couldn't
He couldn't
he
fight.
couldn't kick him with his little footy or what? I don't.
No, man. He
No.
didn't even take his sword. He ran away. He has a sword. Okay, whatever. Let cowards be cowards, I guess.
So this this
mean-
archer shoots back at you, and it doesn't look like it's gonna even come close, but it just keeps going. You see it, and it just sort of slices open the side of your head, and it when it sees that it hits you in the head, it points at you and ducks into the grass.
Ah.
Can Tybalt see this bowman?
You can.
So he's going to reload and shoot.
Hey, roll damage.
Nice.
Breaking significant portions of that left arm on that skeleton.
Now think what he could do if he had a longbow.
Hans is gonna get a massive bonus.
Is the ganging up a cumulative? Like 10 for each
Yeah, you
person?
can't go higher than 30 though. From that. That's a skeleton that is back to being dead. Smashed to pieces.
He's dead. Dead.
Smashed to pieces. Lando.
Lando's gonna kind of slide down this hill and run over here. Get this cart moving. Let's get across that bridge. And he's gonna jump on the back of it. Or on the side of it, yeah.
Alright. Coachman nods and starts getting the reins for the horses. Marguerite?
So a charge, you can run for a charge, right?
It's whatever your charge distance
Or is it
is.
only Okay. So I'm going to charge the skeleton.
Go for it.
And yeah, charge or attack.
A lot of arms getting hit today. Bowmen don't have any good targets. This one in the back's going to jump on the other side of the cart. Following after Lando's example. This one's going to get out of the way. Mercs. They finish. Mercury's got a lot of attacks. Impact, and that's a destroyed skeleton. So the rest of these skeletons,
Another.
you see the archers, anybody, Heinrich especially being on an elevated position looking over, you see the skeletons that with the bows retreat into the wood.
Can I take a parting shot
may.
now that I'm
You
ready?
may. Which one would you like to shoot
I
at?
don't know. Whichever one's closer doesn't really matter. And Do I get an elevation bonus
You
as
do.
well, or
And
not?
an aim if you're going to aim.
Yeah, what is that
So
bonus?
you're gonna be shooting plus 30 total.
Well, so my aim bonus is 20.
Yeah. So plus 20 for the aim, plus 10 for elevation.
Okay. Hit him in the head.
Go ahead and roll damage. I'm pretty sure this is gonna do. Oh my god.
Oh, a 15. Alright, finally.
That's the first Rites of Fury I think we've had that's gone through completely. So 20. Yeah. So go ahead and describe this beautiful shot that you take on the skeleton.
The skeleton turns, and as he's turning, his head shatters from a shot directly in the back of the head. And there's just this little moment where it starts to walk and then collapses.
And this shambles.
Since it has no head.
Just crashes into the ground. And I'm assuming that you ride the cart and haul ass across, or once you see.
Yeah. I'm staying on the cart and yelling at the driver to start moving.
See people.
Heinrich scoops up his discarded pistol and takes a moment to reload both.
Alright, so everybody. After the cart clears the bridge first, and everybody follows closely behind. Hurry the rest of the way, but are unharried as you arrive in Kemperbad.
Kimberbad. So Lando has a big dressing wrapped around his head, with pressure on the wound, open wound, blood soaking through.
And several men are cut up and hurt, but no one died. Hans refused any kind of treatment at all. He was just walking around bloody legs and stepped into the cart momentarily for a little bit, but then came back out.
As we had gotten clear of that clearing and closer to Kemperbad, I would have banged on the door and asked, "Lady, are you okay in there?"
Did something happen?
Oh, Jesus. No, nothing at all. We'll be in Kemperbad soon, where we'll stay the night before moving on.
Excellent. It sounded like quite the fight.
Well, we're off now.
Good. Just don't really hear much after that. A light bit of snoring. No. So, go ahead and bring this up. You should see a handout. Kemperbad. A city at least one of you are very familiar with, and the first leg of your journey. Kemperbad is largely self-governed, though technically falls within the direct rule of Emperor Franz as part of Reichland. The town is wealthy and growing. Many burghers and tradesmen call this place home. However, with any developing city comes the burgeoning underbelly. A gang of Chileans, known as the Belladonna family, are known as a local crime ring, though it is always difficult to find the evidence necessary to convict anyone higher than the dumb muscle. Step carefully in this place.
As we get closer to Kemperbad, Heinrich is going to take out a cloak, and he'll have a hood on the whole time, kind of drawn down over his face as much as he can. He doesn't really want to be recognized here.
I've never seen you wear a hood before, Heinrich.
We've never gone to my home before.
Is there a bounty on your head?
No,
How much is it worth?
I have no bounty on my head, Lando. but I have some people here I don't particularly much like, and I expect don't much like me either.
Are they nobles, merchants, or criminals?
Yes.
I see. So you're all around pretty much screwed.
No, I make no distinction between any of those.
Neither am I, neither am I.
Alright.
So we pull up to the gates with our carriage, walking, some of us limping, bloody, dirty, just a mess.
And some of us are completely unscathed.
And some, so as you're coming forward, the guards, of course, halt you, and one of them looks you over. Looks like you've been through quite a bit. What happened? Something happened on the road?
Bandits. We've taken care of them, though.
Gave you a hell of a fight, huh? Didn't know there was bandits out there.
There's bandits everywhere.
Oh, we've been running patrols. Didn't figure, you know. Ah, hell. Guess there's new ones every day. And, he sort of looks up and yells up at the gate, up top of the gate. Oi, Captain! You need to have a look at them or what? I know you've been wanting to look at outsiders. And, you see rather pointed, he's got sort of a pointed nose, and this looks down a couple scars on his face. And you will address me by proper rank and name, guardsman. Sorry, Captain Hagel. You need to have a look at him? Yes, I'll be down in one moment.
Is this going to cause us a problem, Heinrich?
Hopefully not. He's a prick. But
If they want to look at, they'll just say that he's fugly. That usually solves the problem.
This gentleman walks out, spear in hand, mail to his neck, looks around. What's your business in Kemperbad?
We are a hired escort. We are taking our charge here. We need to stop for the night. Provisions, rest, food.
Why does she not come out and speak for you?
Well, I think she thinks she's too good for all of us. If you'd like to go into her cart and talk to her, you may.
He sort of eyes you all up and looks at Heinrich closely in particular. But then he just sort of shakes his head and looks back towards the cart. I think I will, if you don't mind. Sort of waits for you to part so he can walk past you.
Very well. Step aside, Marguerite. Get out of the man's way.
He sort of throws his he has like a cape on, he sort of throws it to the side and walks past Marguerite. And he eyes Marguerite up and down and sort of slyly smiles as he walks past. And then he bumps into Hans, and Hans opens the cart door for him, he's glaring at him the whole time. He's in there for a few minutes. No more, no less, walks out. Oh, very well. Your story rings true, mercenary. Open the gate for them. And the gate opens up. Do behave yourself in town. I am well known around these parts for my heroism. I will not hesitate
Where is
to
a
strike
place
you
that you-
down.
Heinrich kind of coughs a little.
Where's a place where we can find bedding and food?
Oh, there are many such places here. If you're looking for something... She seems like she has a certain taste for room and bedding. I would advise something a bit more high scale. Not the prancing ass. Uh,
So we won't be boarding with the captain, I say. To one of the... to Lando.
I would think... Head to the market district to the northeast. There's a place called the Emperor's Hideaway. It is a bit strangely named, I must say, but high class there. A few rowdy nobles now and then, but good clientele. Fair place.
Emperor's Hideaway to the north.
Does Heinrich agree with that assessment?
Would you have been to such a place, you think? You
I'm sure I have, quote, been there, but I've been there. I certainly know it by reputation, if nothing else. What would I think is the best place?
I'll send you a whisper.
Marguerite looks over to Lando and says, "Is the lady paying for room and board, or does it come out of our own pocket? Because if it does, then I'd rather go somewhere that's less damaging to my purse."
I'm sure she'll be paying for our provisions.
We won't be much welcome at the Emperor's Hideaway.
Why is that?
We won't be. The lady would fit right in.
Would I fit in?
I'm not sure you'd fit in anywhere here.
It's like, well then, behave yourselves, and he whips his cape and starts walking away.
So we get inside the gates, and I make my way back to the carriage and on the carriage door.
You may enter.
Lady, where is it that you shall bed for the night? Do you know of any place in this town that you would like to go?
Prancing ass.
The Prancing Ass. That is where you want to go.
Didn't you just meet the Prancing Ass?
So hold on a second. You were a fair bit. Did you say that, or were you a fair bit like close to?
Oh yeah. I wanted to hear what she's saying to Lando, unless they've closed the door and are having another private conversation.
Are you having a private conversation, Lando? 'Cause
No, I just opened the door and stuck my head in. I didn't even get in the carriage. I just want to ask her where she wants to sleep for the night.
yeah, you see her sort of giggle at what Heinrich said, and says, "I believe I might have someone you know."
Who's she talking to?
Well, Heinrich's not in view of her. He
Exactly.
just said within hearing. I assume she's saying that a little louder. I know many prancing asses, my lady. They are not unfamiliar to me.
You seem well traveled. You shall have to regale me with some tales when we reach our inn.
I'd be happy to make up a tale for you, my lady.
She's drinking her wine, and it's like, yes, the prancing ass will do nicely, stall.
Very well, my lady. And he just shuts the door. He tells the driver, to the
And Heinrich says to Lando, that's probably a better choice for all of them, I would say. We shouldn't have any trouble there.
Alright. And I think that we will call that a session. We'll pick it up at the prancing ass next time we play.
The prancing